don't really use anymore because I got one I just bought and that one was like 4 grand.
Yeah.
Uh,
Honestly, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do is spend that kind of money.
yeah.
But why? Where were you getting at?
Well, I got another one, but I don't know if you would want it because I don't want to put you in the same boat that you try to get out of.
Right. Well, for me, if the range of motion is what I'm looking for,
Yeah.
then I will I will I'll put out on it.
Okay.
So,
I'll show you a picture of it.
well, picture ain't gonna really help.
Well, just at least look
Sure.
at it, and then we'll proceed from there.
Yeah, I bought, oddly enough, about 4 years ago, I bought a $20 elliptical.
20.
It was $20. The lady bought it from Sears, and I think she paid 50 for it. And it had great range of motion. It was very unstable, but being that I'm pretty handy, I was able to tighten up some screws, and it yeah, I got a lot out of it. I got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
But when I moved to Minneapolis. I moved to North Minneapolis, and I was just like, man, I could find another one of these. If this $20 thing, worked this well, I could find me another one. Man,
Yeah.
I bought another one for $500, and it was worthless. It was heavy as hell.
Yeah.
The like I said, the range of motion. It was almost like, you ever seen one of them? I think it's called a Nordic track, where you just like slide back and forth like you're skiing, and you like pull your arms, like you pull the strings back.
Yeah.
I had more mobility in one of them than I did in this dang elliptical. So, and I dropped 500 on it. And I didn't try it before I bought it, and that's kind of what I did with this last elliptical I bought. The guy was willing to bring it to me, so I didn't try it, and I didn't feel right trying it and tell him I didn't want it after he drove it all the way from Cypress to my house.
Interesting.
So I just gave the dude my 275 or 300, whatever it was. I know it was less than 300. It was either 300 or, I know the list price was 300, and then I think I talked him down to 250. Or no, I talked him down to 225, and then he was like, if I gotta bring it to you, then I'm gonna need 50. So I think it got, yeah, I think it went to 275. But either way, I didn't try it, and the dang thing had no range of motion. So this lady that bought it from me just today, I let her try it, and she, her and her husband, they tried it. I was like, hey, you're good. Give me the money.
Yeah.
I couldn't put that money in my pocket fast enough. Get the F off my place. Yeah. But I actually think I'm my mom is coming to visit next month, and
Who was the light skinned chick that was with that?
just that, a light skinned chick.
Oh.
I met her at the bowling alley Tuesday last
That's
week.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. I ain't talked to her since.
Oh, it was just dope.
Yeah, we I met her the night before. What is that? Thursday I brought her here. Yeah. I met her Tuesday night, and we just talked Tuesday night and Wednesday, and then we connected Thursday, and I ain't heard from her since.
Right to Jay.
Well, she had an interview that morning, and she didn't have anything to do until 3, so she agreed to come out this way. And we went and did Starbucks and talked for like an hour, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then a blind squirrel
Whatever.
fixes a clock twice a day or something, however that line
Something like
goes. So, something like that.
Something.
Yeah, she told me she used to date Little Troy's son. I was like, we are not the same. That's the type of dude you run with.
Yeah, my second baby mother was actually messing with Lil Wayne's cousin
Really?
before I got home.
Wait, how many baby mamas you got?
I have 2 and 1 wife. 2 and a wife.
So your wife you don't have kids with?
Wife had a child with my daughter.
So you have 3 baby mothers, but one of you're married to.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. Gotcha. So you got 1 kid with each?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So who's the kid that keep coming here? Is that your 13-year-old or your 10-year-old?
13.
Okay, so I don't think I've ever seen your 10-year-old. And you said it was a boy.
13-year-old boy.
No, no, no. That if that's the one I've seen, but the 10-year-old is a boy too, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then you got a 5-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I What am I talking about? Yeah, Yeah, when she told me that, I was like, oh, really? That's kind of dude you like. I can't measure up. I ain't really that guy. Young women these days, man, I tell you.
Not easy.
Nah.
That's all me.
But yeah, my mom, she's coming next month,
Uh-huh.
and she said she wants to retire somewhere warm.
Uh-oh.
So,
Sounds like a win.
right. So, we might buy a house out here somewhere. She was also thinking about Florida or Arizona. Both of those places are probably too hot for me.
And probably expensive.
Well, Florida is reasonable. I actually looked before I moved here. I looked at a couple other places because, like, I'm not crazy about the heat, but at the end of the day, I'm an adult. Like, I work indoors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a plumber no more. I don't work. You know,
Right.
I might play softball outside, but most everything I do is indoors. So I don't know that the heat is really that much of a concern. I just know I don't want to freeze like I was in Minnesota no more. So,
That's a lot of cold, man.
man, it's a lot of.
I don't understand how.
Yeah. Well, when that's all you know, that's all you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, before I moved here, I looked at Arizona, and it's actually not as. It's actually comparable to Texas. Like parts of. Like surrounding areas of Phoenix are comparable to surrounding areas of Houston, and even parts in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But I just figured I would get more diversity that I was looking for, aka I want to be around more black folks, and I figured Arizona wouldn't be much different than Minnesota. But honestly, Minnesota's kind of the worst place to be. We got a small area that's heavily populated with black folks, but like when you get outside of that, it's kind of scarce.
I thought that was Detroit.
No, I think Michigan has got a pretty good population of black folks throughout the state. Minnesota, most black folks are in the Minneapolis and St. Paul, that metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone to St. Paul yet, or is that the summer?
Not yet.
That's the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah, Minneapolis and St. Paul. And see, like I said, I just wanted diversity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need. I just, like I said, I want to be around more black folks, but Minnesota was cool. I lived there too long. I just needed something different.
You needed a way. You needed out. You needed to go find something new.
Yes. But yeah, nah. But Arizona, I wasn't sure I was gonna get enough diversity, and so I figured I might be better off here. Plus, man, I'm scared to death of nature, and if I woke up and a scorpion was
in Arizona,
yeah, nah, bro, we ain't gonna be able to do that.
Wake up out here and be a cockroach on you.
See, now I grew up with cockroaches. Like East St. Louis and St. Louis, we had water bugs and cockroaches. Like that wasn't that big of a deal.
This ain't Texas. This is the swamps. We close to the swamps.
Yeah. Well,
and the climate is a little warmer, so the insects are a little bigger.
I'll give you that. But growing up in East St. Louis,
yeah.
I don't know that I still don't think I've seen cockroaches as big as the ones I saw in East St. Louis. Yeah. And I've seen some cockroaches out here that I was like, that's not a cockroach, that's a terrorist. Like that's an actual that is a terrorist, man. That thing worked for Al Qaeda. That motherfucker big. But but the yeah, so nah, I wasn't happy about it, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't what I thought based on what I saw in East St. Louis, they was gonna be a lot bigger. And maybe I ain't seen like, y'all big as bad as cockroaches yet. And I sure don't want to meet them. I don't want to meet him.
Let's not even put that in existence.
Right. You're like, oh yeah, you bad. Oh, okay. Let me get on the phone and call my boys.
Right.
But nah, man, I feel like I've seen a cockroach. I understand what they about. I don't necessarily prefer them, but I do prefer them over a scorpion. Because can't a scorpion kill you?
It can hurt you pretty bad.
Don't want them problems.
Yeah.
This lady I was talking to a couple months ago, she said she did an allergy test and they told her she was allergic to cockroaches. I was like, well, who the hell ain't? Like what? But she said they don't bite. They don't bite, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, they do? I didn't know.
Tree roaches bite.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Tree roaches bite, boy. American cockroaches, they bite too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. What was that? One of my cousins, man, got most of his eyebrow ate off because it was he was asleep.
Oh.
And I guess it was crumbs or something somewhere.
Oh.
Cockroach ate the crumb and part of his eyebrow.
Oh my God! I didn't know they had them superpowers. I thought they just was nasty. I didn't know. Wow. Nah.
Because you gotta understand, they coming out of sewages and everything.
Ugh.
So they carrying a lot on them.
I didn't know that. Yeah, man.
The fact too that they're hard to kill and they're very sweet. Oh, damn.
Ooh. Now you need mine again. Oh, you got another one?
Yeah, I got like 3 of them.
All right.
But
you said they hard to kill. Yeah, I don't believe in like killing things. So I generally if and when like I might see like one roach in my apartment like a month maybe.
Yeah.
And so I just take my vacuum hose and I deal with them that way. So I don't know how hard to kill they are. I know they're easy to move from one area to another with my vacuum cleaner.
I'll give you this example how hard they are to kill. They can survive nuclear blast.
I heard that.
That's about it.
I heard, ain't they the oldest living species on the planet or something like that?
Yes, roughly, yes.
I bet that's what it is.
They're the first and the last on this planet.
What are the oldest living species on the planet?
Yes, ma'am, Miss Alice. We're talking about cockroaches.
She got her headphones in. She ain't trying to hear us.
In another world.
What is the oldest living species on the planet?
Should have said insect.
Yeah, I can't stand cockroaches.
12 oldest animal species on Earth. Sola, I don't know. Lamprey, 36 million years. Horseshoe shrimp, 200 million. Sturgeon, 200 million. Tadpole shrimp, 220 million. Frilled shark, 150 million. Martilius Hiruka ant, 120 million. Goblin shark, 118 million years old.
Should have said oldest insect.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize all this wildlife, these water living animals. Alright, so these are all... Well, an ant, apparently the ant is the oldest. But I've heard myself that cockroaches were the oldest living.
They're by far one of the more durable, if not the most durable.
Yeah. I remember actually being taught in school about them and why they live so long. It's because they're flat, so when you step on them, like, you're not really doing much damage to them. But what I don't understand is how they withstood the cold. Like, I can explain away the...
Well, in the cold, they don't really last long in the cold. They freeze up.
Well, but that was the thing. The Ice Age hit. Like, they survived the Ice Age is what I thought I remember.
They just got crystallized. They just got frozen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, they obviously thawed out and kept it moving.
Yeah.
You know? Like, how you do that?
That's what they do in the wintertime out here. Like, they just, when it get cold, they just crystallize and stay in the ground.
Damn.
And then when it get warm, they just back at it. Because you know when you cut a cockroach head off, it still lives for 6 days.
Can't do it. Nope. Nah.
Did you know that?
We need to change the topic. I need a shower right now. I need to bathe at this very moment. I can't even. I was hungry.
I'm just saying that's how hard they are to kill.
I didn't know that.
You cut his head off, it will live for another 6 days.
That sounds like trying to break up with somebody that don't want to get over it.
Right. That's why when you see one, you got to kill him. Like, you just got to. It's just in human nature. Just kill him. Keep stomping him until you're tired.
I said till you're tired.
They sleep.
Okay.
Just let me know. I know you got I got 6:30.
You call him. You call him.
I know. I've been trying to call you for the past 5 minutes. My phone
Wasn't working?
It finally went through.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna call you. I'm almost done with it.
Okay. 'Cause I know you gotta.
It's split up.
Right.
Yeah.
So is your the 7:30 here? I mean the 7 o'clock here?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
it's split up. But I said if he was already here, I would say go ahead and take him now. But since he's not here, if he's not here when you finish him, just come out here and I'll split him up.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Thank you, Rockin' Jack.
Yeah, man. They are some of the toughest critters to get rid of.
Yeah.
And the fact is, they're smart. That's what makes it dangerous.
I mean, the heebie-jeebies, man.
Yeah. 'Cause it's
How
like-
long have cockroaches existed? 300 million years. That's bizarre. They didn't make the list, but so it was two types of like shrimp that were 360 million years old.
Yeah.
And then there was an ant that was 180 million years old.
Yeah.
But
Millions,
these, yeah, but these are 300 million years old.
Oh yeah. Imagine when it was tropical everywhere and it was really hot.
Yeah.
And how big they were.
God, I don't want to actually. I don't want to. I'm squeamish.
And you know they say if a roach was a human, it'll run 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, I saw it was like I watched this video on Facebook. It was talking about like what's the fast animal because people always associate cheetahs with like being the fastest animal, but like they had an ant on there and they did the equivalent of how fast it's moving based on its size and distance traveled.
Yep.
And I think there's an ant out there that's running like 200, like almost 200 miles an hour.
Yep.
Like with its equivalent of, like I said.
That's a good fact. Let's look this up real quick.
Yeah.
If a roach was human, how fast would it run?
If a roach was human, how fast would it run? What'd you say? Unfortunately, yes.
I don't know how this even started, but
Yeah.
it started.
Okay, so it says a human-sized cockroach would be able to run over 100 miles per hour. You said what was that?
They breathe through their stomach. So if you're trying to kill them, you can make like a substance with something like soapy, something like a hard surface, substance. And if you spray them, as long as you get them on their belly, they're gonna die.
So the couple times I haven't been able to get to so the one thing, like my biggest fear is seeing a bug and then forgetting where I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that's the worst. Like if I see a roach and it's on the wall and I'm like, man, let me go get my vacuum cleaner real quick, and I can't find the damn thing. When I get back, I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta move out.
Yep.
And so what I do is if I can't, if I can't get to my vacuum cleaner without leaving the room, I usually see them in my bathroom because there's like an exposed area under my sink where like the plumbing is exposed, and that's where they mostly come from.
You haven't put anything under there?
I'm terrified to open the door. Honestly, I know where I'm weak, and that's the primary area. I don't do bugs and animals. I can't do it.
So is it like a hole?
Well, honestly, I ain't looked in months because I'm terrified.
You gotta look and see. You gotta
But I don't want to. But so the vanity where my sink where it goes. So you know how like the sink is attached to like the vanity, and then the vanity is pushed up against the wall. There's like a 1/4-inch gap in between it. So yes. So every now and then like a little roach will like expose itself there, and so that's primarily what I see it. So I usually keep my vacuum cleaner like in the hallway near my bathroom because every now and then they make it out the bathroom and I don't see them, and I come home and they're like in the middle of the floor. But like they're not very big. They're like this big. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so usually I can get to my vacuum cleaner in enough time to where even if it starts to move, you ain't going far. But every now and then my vacuum cleaner is too far away because I might have found one by my front door or something, right? So I'll usually spray it with I got this bleach. Like when I clean my house, I use bleach, Pine Sol, Dawn or like Palmolive, and like another cleaner. I like just. You say what? Well, okay.
Any cheap creamy shampoo,
Okay.
vinegar,
Okay.
and Dawn.
Well,
Mix that in the spray bottle.
uh-huh.
Spray it along the lining of your vanity.
Okay.
Because they don't like slippery surfaces. So even if they try to come out and they,
Yeah.
they're not gonna get them. Even if they do, they're not gonna be able to move it too
Right.
much because it's real slippery. And they like dry surfaces.
Yeah, the only place I saw one in my bedroom has carpet. Everything else in my apartment is tile.
Do you put anything along the lining?
So this whole roach thing is new to me. Like when I was young and like poor, like they were my best friends. But when I came up, you know what I'm saying, I started making all this money. You know what I'm saying? Like no, when I moved to Texas, I didn't live with roach until I moved here. Now this is a part of my everyday life. Well, like I said, I see like one a month, if that. But no, so I didn't do any like precautionary things. Like I said, I've only seen one. I've lived in my apartment for what, 15 months since. Well, so that's what I told. So when I called, so I had heard before I moved to Texas, I met a few people online and was like, you know, what is it about down here, right? And then everybody was like, nah, it's cool, this, that, and the other. And one person was like, yeah, I mean, you just gonna have to deal with roaches. That's just what it is. Because in Minnesota, you don't have roaches unless you're filthy. Yeah, I'm from Minnesota. I'm from, yeah. Well, that's not true. Because I've seen, I've seen a couple, I've met some people that have roaches. Now, up in Minnesota, if you have roaches, you nasty. Flat out. But down here, if you have roaches, you're in Texas. Like, I've learned that. But up there, like, if you have them, that's a product of you not taking care of your business. So I didn't live with them. I've never, I mean, like I said, in East St. Louis, like, the sewage situation is a lot different than it is in other places. So, like, that was a part of our reality there. But in Minnesota, that's not an epidemic up there. So when I came down here, I had a hard time understanding that. So either way, someone was like, yeah, roaches down here is just what it is. Like, that's just what they are. They're everywhere. There's a couple like farther from like my actual like front door. Like there's a couple, but not a lot. That's what he told me. So I called the landlord and was like, hey bruh, you know, I'm not for the bugs. And he was like, yeah, when you live in a multi family dwelling, that's just what it is. Some people's level of cleanliness may not be yours. And so I was like, no, I get that, but I'm gonna break a lease if I see a roach in my apartment, flat out. And so I think what he did was, because I talked to him like 2 days before I drove down here. I drove like 20 miles. I'm sorry, 20 hours. And when I finally got here, like I said, I talked to him like 2 days before I drove down, and it took me a full day to drive. So I talked to him 3 days before I got here, and I think when he hung up the phone with me, he had an exterminator come through. Because for the first 6 months I lived in my apartment, every time I opened my door, I was overwhelmed with chemical, and I believe he like went and had somebody. Oh my God.
All they do is they just go from the next apartment to the next one. Chemicals on your apartment.
Yeah. For the last, I would say, and like I said, so the school I used to go to, like I said, these cockroaches are so damn big, they look like terrorists. Like, I thought they were with Al Qaeda. They were huge, okay? Like, this big, and, like, you could hear them walking. It was disgusting. I'm serious. I used to be, like, sitting in class, and I'd be like, man, I swear I hear somebody's footsteps. Nobody would be around. I look, and it's a goddamn cockroach. But, so the ones in my apartment are very small. I did see one big one a few months back, and it was in my closet. So like in my apartment, it's all tile except for my bedroom. But the walkway to get to my bedroom is tile, and then it's my bedroom, and then my closet is tile. So somehow, no cracks nowhere. I got like a pretty sound, solid situation, but like somehow, and so what I'm learning is I don't think cockroaches like to mess with carpet. Because I've never. Well, I'm on the first floor, and You say what? Well, but that's I've only seen one cockroach, and it was on my wall, and it was a smaller one, and I ran to my vacuum cleaner, and so the ones I spray, I only spray them to more or less slow them down, so that I go get my vacuum cleaner, and if they do move, like they'll leave like a little liquid trail, so I can like, oh, he went that way, you know what I mean? So listen, I'm terrified, and so I'm scared of bugs and animals. But I also don't believe in killing them. I'm sure that what I'm doing to them isn't necessarily extending their lives, but I don't want to step on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to do that. But if I vacuum it up and it happens to die in the vacuum cleaner, then you know. Well, so the vacuum cleaner I got has this like filter that it puts things through before it gets there. So like, it's like, I don't know, it's like a pet vacuum cleaner type situation. So like, it'll remove dander from, so, and honestly, I haven't changed my filter. I'm a single guy. I live alone. I have very few visitors. I'm a bachelor, so my house isn't like tip top clean. I'll be honest with you. But in the 15 months I've been there, I think I've emptied the bag one time, or the container one time, because I build stuff a lot. So like I have tools, and I'll like, there'll be sawdust everywhere. So like I'll sweep the sawdust, and but I have no reason to believe that these whatever, because I picked up a spider one time too. No, you said it shit. I just don't care. So far, roaches ain't been messing with me. This one was.
Small ones are cool. I let them live. Not no big ones.
Nah, listen. I don't care if they live or die. I don't want them in my house. Yeah. Like I said, if I see too many of them, I'm just gonna break my lease. Like, we can't. I can't coexist.
The words of the Indians, it was their land first, right?
I mean, yeah, man. I just.
Yeah. You ain't trying to hear that though.
Nah. Listen, I agree. Then sign the lease and you can take it over. I'm not. Nah, bro. You say what?
Around the lining of your carpet area.
You said acid? What?
Boric acid. Go to Dollar General.
Board.
Get you a few things.
Boric acid.
Boric acid. Gotcha. Okay.
Along the line of your baseboard on the carpet.
Okay, so the point I was making is, I don't know. I guess I must have base. I know I got baseboard where my carpet is.
Yeah.
I don't.
It has to be just like this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a line where they can come in, like a wall. You probably can't see it, but
Yeah.
that's probably the smallest thing.
Sure. Well, so the issue I have in my apartment is that my front and back door, there's a breach in the door. Like, it's very small, but like when the sun hits, no, I know where they're coming. They're coming from my bathroom. Like, I keep, when I am done washing my hands or taking a shower, I pull my sink stoppers up. But I know, because I looked underneath my bathroom one time, because I keep my cleaning supplies there, and I saw the exposed pipe. So I used to be a plumber. So when the pipe comes through the wall and it goes up into the bowl where your sink is or whatever, there's this thing called an escutcheon that seals, or like, it makes it look presentable how the pipe comes out of the wall. Okay, and so I'm missing the escutcheon, and I'm missing like the little pretty thing that makes it look presentable. So that's where I saw a handful. And like I said, they're not very big, but I don't like it anyway. And like I said, I saw one big cockroach in my closet, and I couldn't figure out how it made it to my closet because I have no cracks, I have no openings. My baseboards, everything looks like they should over there, but it was a big ass cockroach on its back. I don't know if I caught him napping or if he was just dead or tired. I don't know, but I caught him slipping. I gave him a ride to the vacuum cleaner, and yeah, that was it. But boric acid.
Get some boric acid, put it along the baseboard. Get some Roach Motels, put it underneath where you're. Yeah, it looks like a cardboard box, and it has some sticky substance.
Oh,
Roach is like going in dark surfaces. So if we put that underneath the sink, they'll go in there and get trapped.
Cracks and crevices, my friend.
Also, you want to try and see if you can get some stuff to cover up those cracks and crevices underneath it. I know you don't like it, but you got to do it. And then get some, I don't know what it's called, but they're like they look like little squares and they have holes in them.
Oh, little bug traps?
Get those.
Yeah.
Put them everywhere.
But see, yeah.
So like
They'll
the
go in there,
comebacks?
they'll eat the poison, they'll take it back to their family.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about those, but I was like, I don't need these. I got
Just
my
get
own.
them.
No, I know I need them
Put them
now.
everywhere you see them. And they'll take care of it.
Ugh. Do y'all live in an apartment?
We do.
Okay.
But we live on the 3rd floor, so we don't have that problem.
Really?
I love it up there.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm on the first
Never
floor.
do the first floor.
See, I did the first floor because I didn't have a choice. I needed a place to stay, and I moved here very short notice. And but it seems to be ideal because of the way my apartment is set up. I do be hearing my neighbors doing whatever they got to do, and that's a little weird. But yeah, not but I'm gonna probably buy a house in a few months, and so that's why I'm just like whatever. But
Even with the house, you still want to treat it before it comes.
yeah.
The boric acid, the fast polymers.
So, God, I just
Because they're everywhere. You can't escape them.
No, I know. Like I
Even
said,
if
it
you're
was
clean.
right.
It's based on how they make the foundation. If there's cracks
Right.
in the walls and everything, they're gonna get through.
Well, it's flight pattern too.
Yeah.
A lot of the contractors don't think about that.
Yeah.
They just building on land, but there's certain flight patterns they go in insects.
And the
if you-
insects,
if
they'll
you-
get through any hole.
Right, and then once they get there and it's easy for them to get food,
Already get through.
then they're gonna stay there.
Right.
Instead
Invite
of-
their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think where we live, I think they built it really good. Because we haven't seen a roach since we've been there. We've been there at least a year. And we're on
Yeah.
the 3rd floor.
Huh.
So,
Mr. Kenny back?
Yeah, you give me some water.
Oh, okay. I think
and you can make you an all-natural spray. Get a cheap shampoo that's really, really creamy. Get a spray bottle.
You call me Mr. Kenny?
No.
Shampoo, vinegar,
Come
and
on.
Dawn soap. Mix it together. It makes a really, really slippery. Oh, I'm sorry, not. Do vegetable oil, shampoo,
okay.
and vinegar.
Vegetable
It's gonna-
oil.
Yeah, it's gonna make it really, really slippery.
All right, hold
And
on.
what I do with that, I put it even along the outside of my door to make it. That'll keep the bees and the bugs away too, and spiders, because they don't like slippery surfaces. Vinegar,
Hold on.
a cheap shampoo, something that's really, really creamy. Go to the dollar store.
Vinegar.
Vinegar,
Wait a
vegetable oil.
Vinegar. Vegetable
Vegetable
oil. Oops.
Vinegar, vegetable oil, and any cheap creamy shampoo. You can get this all from the dollar store. Dollar Tree right here. And a spray bottle.
Yeah, I got
Do the same
several.
part, like a half a cup or a cup of each.
Mhm.
Mix it in the spray bottle, shake it up. Spray it along your baseboards. You can spray it along your baseboards in your restroom, in your kitchen, and along your door and windows. And it'll make a slippery surface. And they don't like the smell.
My bedroom, above my bed is a window.
Yeah, spray it around your window on the inside and on the outside. That's gonna keep them away. They do not like slippery surfaces. I did my research years ago. So, yeah. I
Are
don't
you
like
from
bugs
here?
either. Yeah, I'm from here.
Okay. Yeah, so
And we dealt with bees in one of our old apartments. That we
you
were
know
staying
what?
in, so
I used
I had
to
all kinds of issues.
I used to have a roommate like 10 years ago. I got a bunch of nieces and nephews. I had a roommate years ago. He was from the Congo, and he was very cheap, very cheap. And every other weekend they would come over and hang out with me. And so one of those days, my nephew, he's got really long curly hair. And one day we were eating breakfast, and he just got up and took off running in the house. And it was summertime, and I chased him down. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and he kept like flicking at his ear, and a bee had got caught in his hair. So every morning before I realized what was going on, I would wake up, and hundreds of bees would be on the floor outside in the house in the basement. In Minnesota, we got basements, and I couldn't figure out why. And so I told my roommate, the landlord, the guy that I rented from, and he was like, "Oh, it's because you have too much food or something like that." And yeah, and he's like, you keep leaving your food out or something. I'm just thinking to myself, I've never known bees to like
bees
food.
love honey.
Well,
food.
well, I know, but he was just making up stuff. And so I'm like, well, A, I don't leave food out. B, I've never known bees to be like to eat human food. Like I
Unless
never.
they already have a hive around there, or
Well, that's what it was. So he had an exposed part of his basement,
a hole.
a hole, and a beehive was in a damn hole. So when I see hundreds of bees every morning, because like in Minnesota, people don't realize this, it gets as hot there as it does here. And so the sun would like cook these bees and they would die because they couldn't get out of that window. So they'd be there. So every morning I would tell him like, fam, we got a bunch of bees here. And so he would sweep them up. And so then I told him, and so he thought it was my fault. So he sprayed all of my food with Raid. Okay.
With Raid?
Raid.
Ew.
How you doing, brother? How you doing? He sprayed my food with Raid. And so finally, I find the hole where the bees are coming from, and he winds up getting an exterminator or whatever. But I've never, outside of that, I've never known bees to be inside of anybody's house. I didn't know that that's a thing down here. I didn't know that was
It
normal.
just depends if they're able to get in through some hole, and they like to explore and find places where they can build their little hive.
What do you do for work, by the way? You know a lot about insects.
Yeah.
I've done my
You the
research.
zookeeper?
No, not a zookeeper, but I work from home, so I've dealt with stuff like literally on the outside of my home.
Right.
It made me do. Mainly, I do a lot of natural products, so I'm into like natural stuff. And when it comes to like stuff like insects, I try to find a natural way of, getting rid of them versus chemicals. I don't like chemicals.
Yeah.
But I've definitely done my research on bees and insects and roaches.
No, I was not aware that was a thing.
So yeah, you take seats.
But yeah, I think you'll be fine once you get the boric acid and you do what's
What do I do with boric acid?
You're going to come along the baseboard.
All right, I need to take more notes. Don't leave yet.
Boric acid.
Boric
acid, Roach Motel.
Hold
If you
on.
go to Dollar General, they have all of them.
boric.
Acid.
I don't know how to spell it.
BORIC
Yep.
ACID. Boric
Yeah,
acid.
boric acid. Boric acid
Roach
around
Baseboard. So like you know how this is like the baseboard?
Yeah.
And you have like your carpet.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it along
in the
line
corners.
there.
Okay. So
And the way that
baseboard.
they have it, it comes with like a spout, so you can like open it and just literally
Just
put it
sprinkle it.
all along the line.
Okay.
Cover up any hole that you see. Put it in there too.
Motels.
Roach motels, put those under where you see the roaches coming out of the thing.
Yeah.
If you can find, the pipes.
Yeah, by the pipes,
If you can
okay.
find something to cover up any exposed hole,
That's the only places that
do
underneath
that, and then
mine.
get some mothballs because they don't like the smell. Throw it in the hole.
So wait a minute. This is gonna
Another
sound
thing,
stupid.
mothballs.
This is gonna sound stupid. Roaches have noses? I didn't
They
know
do.
that. I was
and
not
they have
aware.
antennas, so they can smell your food from like a mile away. So yeah, you gotta outsmart them.
Well,
Tell them they're very smart.
clearly,
They're
I'm not
very
that smart.
Yeah.
So being that I'm not that smart, if they can smell my food from 1,000 miles away, couldn't they smell yours too? Like, how would they get? Like, how would they know? Like,
Oh my God.
whose food ain't? You know, like if they.
Oh no.
That I have yet to determine.
You're the
but
only person
I'm
I know
telling you,
that
if
did
they
that
can find a
because
way in your home, they're gonna keep coming and they're gonna bring their family. And here's a crazy thing. When they come, they leave a trail.
Yeah.
So if they got people behind them, they gonna see that other roaches trail and they're gonna follow that same trail and they're gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
So you gotta nip it in the bud.
I've been here 15 months. Like I said, I've had for the first few months I didn't see any, and then
But the fact that you're seeing them, that
Right.
other bug you saw, they left the trail.
yeah, no, no. I'm not. Yeah, no, I believe you. I'm just saying, like initially I was all right. Now it's starting to fall apart. But like I said, I only see one or two a month. Like I saw one like a week ago, and I sprayed it. I sprayed it with so I put bleach, Pine Sol, and
Too much chemicals even to breathe in. Do you
Sure.
open a window when you do that?
I haven't opened my window yet. I have because I'm afraid I'm gonna let bugs in. So I keep my window shut.
Make that
But
spray I was telling you.
but
spray
I'm
it along
very
the line.
I'm very rarely at home. Like I'm pretty
You
much
still want to get some fresh air in your home. Just
Right.
open your windows every few hours a day to get that fresh air in. Spray along the lines of your windows too.
yeah.
It makes a slippery surface, and that vinegar smell they don't like.
Also,
They not
too,
gonna fool with you.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Also, too, you need to make sure you don't see feces, roach
Oh,
feces,
yeah. Ooh.
because they like to eat off of that if they don't find.
That is disgusting.
And normally you see that stuff on your window sills.
What kind of vision do you have?
What
Or
you do about that?
thank you, because I used to work for Terminator.
You Spider-Man? How the hell you see that? Like,
He was making fun of
Yeah, I
me
used to work
just
for
a minute
Terminator.
ago. I said I used to hunt roaches down when I was younger. You know,
Right.
when I
So
was a
what
kid.
do y'all do whenever y'all come?
Well,
I don't allow them in my home, but I know other apartments they used to have like.
Well, I did.
exterminators.
I did bait treatments. I did termite bait treatments. So what I would do is I would go around apartment complexes.
Oh, just around the outside.
And then sometimes I get pests, stuff like that, roaches and stuff like that. And all we have to do is just go check baseboards, check under the cabinet by the pipes, and
Okay.
see if you see feces around it.
And
how
spray
did
them
like what?
areas.
I'm sorry.
Well, it looks like pepper. It just looks like pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
well,
I
that's a
remember
start.
one of our other apartments.
And it has a
used to have
smell. And it has a
You can
particular
smell
smell to
roach?
it. Yeah.
along the drawers too, like
Yep.
in the
Yep.
in between, you'll
Huh?
see that too,
Yep.
and that's how you'll know how active they are
Yep.
around those areas.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Remember I was telling you about you cut the head off, they live for 6 days.
Right. Right.
It's true.
Jesus. I didn't. I mean, I. This is so much. I did.
You having a
Once
Yeah.
you treat it, you'll be good
Right.
because you'll know. What to
Well, but I know though that I necessarily may not though because of my neighbors may not be on the same thing I'm on.
That's right.
do. Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? Like so
That's
that.
why I say once you put all of them things down,
They
if they
gonna
even
migrate.
attempt to come up to you,
Right.
they gonna die and they gonna go right back the other way.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna buy a house.
Yeah.
And
Even
then,
with that, you still gotta treat it nice.
no, and I can right, but see, I'm fighting my battle then.
Yeah.
But I'm fighting.
Or if you get if you're trying to get it built, make sure whoever's building it, seal off everything. And
Right.
Make sure there's no way.
Go around, you get caulk, and you can caulk
Yeah.
Yeah.
certain cracks and stuff.
That was honestly I should do that now that I ain't got nobody else coming in. Just run to Home Depot and
Yeah.
get this other stuff you talking about. But Jesus, y'all know way too much about insects. This is how y'all live down here. Ah,
Yeah.
I might need to move back to the north.
Yeah, man, I did Terminates for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
She'll
crazy.
be fine.
Yes, I know. I know I will, but I
Don't be
just
afraid of them bugs. That's what they want.
That's what
want
they
to be
want.
regulated. But guess
Right.
what? God created us to rule over them.
ah.
Everything.
Yep.
So.
But see,
don't
you know,
be afraid.
I just don't feel like it's my place to kill them. I
Stop
just.
playing.
I
They
don't.
just invaded your home.
I mean, yeah, but I
But they
I
were
feel
there
like, but
first.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I
Forget
feel
that.
like
We
I just,
invaded their home.
I just
Look,
Googled
we pay
it.
Rent.
I
They're not paying
mean,
rent. They can't
look,
come in and get no
all
free
I'm
food.
saying is if they want to live here, just sign the lease. You can have the place.
Go somewhere else.
I just,
Sign the
yeah.
lease.
We
Because
can't
think
both be
about it.
here.
Even when they come, they're carrying diseases.
Oh.
They're crawling on your stuff that you touching on. Now you finna get sick. No.
You don't even know why you sick.
Right,
Exactly.
man. If I get an STD from a roach, man, I
Exactly.
got to go back up to the
So-
north, man. I can't, nah, man. I'm catching.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
Just treat it, make
disgusting.
that spray. Even with the spray, you can spray them on contact. Once
Yeah.
you get them on their belly, spray their asses, they gonna die because they can't breathe. They breathe through their stomach.
Right.
Remember that.
Ah.
So once you put them over, spray their asses. Because if you notice, when they keep running and you steady spraying them, they keep running because that ain't their belly.
Well,
If you get 'em flipped
so
over-
when I spray them with the stuff that I use to like clean my place, like I don't know that they die on the spot, but they don't move. Like they.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they can hold their breath for a while. So even if they'll try to. play
Well,
like
but that's
they're
why I go
dead,
get my vacuum
And by the
cleaner.
time you run and you come
Just,
back, they
you know,
gone.
pick them up
They
and
done
flush
ran.
them through the toilet.
Ah, you say now. See, you real fam, because I ain't gonna be able to do it.
He was a professional cockroach hunter.
Yeah,
Oh,
nah, I
He
believe
He
it.
used to go and find them.
Nah,
Just
nah,
catch them,
No.
put them in the toilet and flush it.
Oh no, no,
You know what? They can breathe in
absolutely
water. They
not.
can hold
No,
their breath in water.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, you're not going to see
Oh.
them again, right?
Well, it
Down the
depends.
drain.
Oh.
Yeah, but the next one you're gonna see. That was just
Nah,
one.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start dumping my vacuum bucket more frequently because y'all freaking me out. I see, like, I just think, the thought of this, like, you have to do a lot of work to cut off a roach's head. First of all, no matter how big they are, that's still a small situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I've never sprayed a roach and it kept running from me. First of all,
yeah.
when I spray them, they generally like are
like they're
discombobulated.
dead.
Yeah,
And then
but
they
then I
start
go
running
get
again.
like when either I got some real potent stuff or when I spray them, they chill out, and then I go get the vacuum cleaner and they still there where I sprayed them. Now
They
again,
don't move?
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, so all this extra stuff, I mean, okay,
This stuff is more natural.
yeah,
And You ain't got to worry about smelling chemicals.
Sure.
Minus the mothballs.
Well, the mothballs, I was telling him to put it in the pipes through the holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the
He
way
ain't gonna
my
be able to smell that.
the way my hand set
But
up.
that's gonna help the roaches when they try to come. They're gonna smell it. They're gonna go the other way. They
Yeah,
don't like that smell.
the way my hand set up, I don't
Put some
know.
gloves
That's
on.
part of the reason I stopped being a plumber. It was just too much.
Oh, then you already know how it works. In
Yeah,
between,
yeah, no, I do. But I was a new construction plumber, so I never dealt with like pre-existing things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like everything I touched was brand new. So like I never dealt with
Things
like
got real, is what you said.
yeah, because they put me in a new assignment. I had to do remodels and like I had to tear existing stuff down where like all the nasty buildup and other things. Yeah, sewage. Like people think a plumber is the type of person that goes in and fix your toilet. Well, that's a certain type of plumber, but most of the union plumbers are new construction, residential or commercial. I was a new construction, commercial. Actually, I did both, but I did new construction, so I was on job sites where there were nothing, and then we put something there. Whereas like a lot of other plumbers that you'll see on TV, those people are unplugging toilets.
So you actually put the plumbing.
Yes, I put the plumbing there. So a lot of so the nasty stuff, I wasn't really a part of that, you know? Like, and that's why I got out of it, because we switched contracts and they moved us around and had us doing different things. And I was like, I didn't come to clean toilets. I didn't do it. I don't want to do that. I'm squeamish, as you can see. I'm having a tough time relaxing as y'all talk about cutting off cockroaches' heads and smelling their feces. Like, I didn't even know they did that. I mean, I assumed they all
You
did
didn't know they
it.
poop?
I mean, I did, but I never thought about it, you know? I thought they
Yeah.
did it like civilized,
No.
you know?
And you know what's crazy?
What's toilet, man?
Put one nice corner and just
Yeah.
You know, potpourri
Like
after
a
they
dog.
done.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, cuz, I blew it up in there. It's give it 5 minutes, come back after that. Like, nah, that's disgusting.
And it's bad because since when I was a termite inspector and pest control and everything, you become paranoid because you know, because you're trained.
Yeah,
So you
see
kind of,
more.
boy. And like my wife, she'll be having stuff around the house. I'm like, just don't do that.
right.
Put that over there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it
Oh.
just kills her. You know, it
God,
bugs her.
I feel like ignorance is bliss. I feel like y'all just ruined
Yes,
my
it
life.
is. It is.
No, we're helping you. You'll learn. You'll even start doing your own research, and you're gonna find out a lot more stuff. That's gonna make you more cautious.
What's your name, ma'am?
Alice.
Alice, with all due respect, with friends like you, I don't know that I need enemies. As much as you've helped me, I don't want to be asleep tonight.
Yeah.
Without my boric acid and my baby oil and
Yeah,
my...
go ahead and go to Dollar General. It's
Right.
still open.
Don't get the baby oil
Yeah.
around. You wake up and slip on it.
Right. Oh, man, this is terrible. And, you know, like I said, I've been here 15 or 16 months, maybe. 16 months. And I have had very few issues in my house. I've been in places, like I used to work at Papados in Memorial on I-10 and Beltway 8. And once we had a lady that was eating and a cockroach crawled up her leg. She was wearing a dress too, so like, it, you know, like she looked down and was like, there it is. And I, like at the school I went to, I used to see them, like every day we would show up, there'd be 3 or 4 of them on their backs, like randomly throughout the building. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they were the big ones. So like I said, I had one big one in my house, and I've had over the 15 months, 16 months, I might have seen like 10 little ones. Maybe not even that many.
Little ones are worse because the big ones die on their own.
Yeah.
But the little ones are the ones you got to worry about.
Why?
It could be an egg. And with the egg, it comes with a whole bunch of little baby roaches. And then the little ones, they be pregnant too, so they know leave their eggs.
God, they fast too?
Yeah.
Lord.
So, ugh.
They shit in fucking. This is just. I didn't come to work today thinking I was gonna learn about. God.
Cockroach.
Yes.
Ball of life.
Yeah, man. This is Texas, I guess. Yeah. No. I like I said, I haven't had that many issues with it, but I'm not a clean freak, but I'm relatively clean, you know? And so, even the things that I've done that I thought would like attract roaches, like, for example, like when I use my Foreman a lot, like my George Foreman grill, and I forget oftentimes to take the tray and put it in my sink. I've literally left it out the entire time I've lived there. There has not been one. I have not seen one roach in my kitchen.
You're not gonna say
Why
it.
would you leave that though? Oh yeah, they might
It's
come
just
out at
force
night
of habit.
and do what they need to
Well,
do.
so what I do is I often will make my bacon on it, right? And so like the bacon grease will sit there every now and then. Hey man, I'm just being vulnerable
That's
here,
gross.
okay? Don't judge me. I
Dust and
know.
stuff collects and you don't clean it.
I clean it when I'm about to use it, but after I'm done using it, I often will forget. I don't do it on purpose, but hey man, I'm a single guy. I ain't got a lady
That's
telling me,
true. Men are
thank you. Give a brother some a break. Man, get off my back. I want to see y'all house. I'm gonna do a white glove test around your place. See how clean y'all are. But so one of my when I first moved here, I was telling people like I'm terrified of bugs. And they're like, yeah, you know, roaches like this, that, and the other. If you keep, you know, if you don't leave food out, you'll be good. Well, I don't leave food out, but I realize I do leave out that pan, that collects my bacon
that's
grease.
like grease, right?
Yeah, but somebody was like, yeah, if you want to know if you got roaches or not, because at the time, like I said, I hadn't seen it.
Oh yeah.
And but I do know that I do leave that out, and I've never once even seen a roach in my kitchen, let alone they were like, the one guy was like, yeah, I used to catch roaches, because he was one of them. His mother was one of those people that would use lard, like reuse the bacon grease to like cook up. And he said growing up he would always find roaches in his bacon grease. I was like, roaches like bacon? He's like, yeah, they love it. I was like, I didn't know that. And so, like I said, I've never seen one in my kitchen. And while I don't leave out food, I have to be honest, I do not clean out my Foreman grease catcher until I'm about to cook with it again. And sometimes that's months in between.
Why don't you put the grease in like a mason jar and store it?
Well, because I don't intend to keep it, I just, when I
To
use
reuse it, you said, right?
No. I was saying that's how he grew up. His mother would reuse the grease. I throw it away.
You don't clean the grill.
I don't. No. I clean the Foreman grill. But what I'm yeah, the grease catcher.
The grease.
So I don't. So yeah, I don't clean that until I'm about to use it. So like I'll use it, I'll be done cooking, and it'll sit there. Yeah. And so he was like, yeah, that's a roach magnet. And so I stored that in my mind, but it was already habit. Like I never cleaned it out when I got done cooking. I cleaned it before I started cooking until the next time. Well, now that I'm here with no family or friends, I have less people to cook for, so I rarely cook. So like Saturday was the first time I had cooked in probably 3 or 4 months. So it had probably been sitting there much longer than that. But he was like, yeah, if you know, my mom would always, he said he would always find roaches in his bacon grease. And I was like, that has never been a part of my life. And so I say that to say that the one thing that I would think would attract roaches either isn't, or he had a different kind of bacon grease. Because I've never seen a roach in my kitchen, let alone near my Foreman where the bacon grease is. Because like I said, I clean up, then I cook, and then I'm like, I'll get to it tomorrow. And then 4 months later, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to cook again. Let me clean this up real quick before I cook. But yeah. So when you say, you know, roach attract food, either I don't have those kind of roaches, or they don't like the kind of food I cook. Well, I mean, that could very well be true.
Or it could be the smarter ones that know if they get in that bacon, they're gonna die.
I mean, apparently I got some summa cum laude.
They're getting sophisticated though. Think about them roaches over the years.
You know, I've never given one an IQ test. I didn't know. I've never known so much about insects. That's it. You say what? Until right. This is a monumental day for me, guys. Now they're smart. They're smart. They are fast, and they poop everywhere.
Yep, and they leave those trails there just in case they're starving, and they will go eat their own feces.
Oh man, I feel like at this point we're just trying to make me throw up. I feel like that. I feel like that's the goal of this game here. And it's almost working.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Well, hey, he happy. Well, I appreciate you. Next time y'all come in, we'll talk more.
Okay. Hopefully it'll be a lot better.
It better be.
Yeah.
It better be, or we won't ever talk after that. Oh, because I'm going to move back to Minnesota. Lord.
But thank you, PJ. We'll probably see you in about a month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Man.
Well, I'll be here. Hopefully, the Lord say the same.
Huh?
I'll be here.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good night, y'all.
Thank you.
Man, that's a lot of insect information, y'all know.
Oh, yeah.
Between y'all should teach a class.
Next on 60 Minutes.
Right. That is a lot. Oh, my Lord Jesus.
Whole hour's worth of.
Literally.
Yes. Whole hour about cockroaches. That's what's up. I heard you, Sean.
What's that? You say you heard me? What? I don't know what I said. I might need to be reminded of what I said.
It's all good.
Oh, boy.
No, it's all good. No, I heard you. Yeah, we heard you. Yeah, we.
Oh, man. I don't know.
You were shooting shots.
Oh, no, I wouldn't shoot no
You
shot.
going like that, like the Kobe.
Kobe? Nah, she was alright, but I don't know that she's my speed. But
You never know.
I mean,
You
yeah,
never know till you know.
all right. I mean, yeah, okay.
was leaving and then
She did stick around a little bit longer than I thought she was going to, but I didn't think that
You
was.
went on the same way you did,
I didn't think that was because she was. I didn't think she was really interested in me. I just thought she really liked talking about books.
interested in the subject, not you know.
Yeah.
You say what?
I said, no, she was interested in the
In the
subject.
subject.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think it was
Yeah,
me. I thought
yeah,
she
yeah,
liked
right.
roaches.
Yeah, right.
You're right.
Yeah. Right.
Roach,
And then you heard him. He kept on
Roach,
saying.
Roach is such a fancy, you know.
Yeah, it's such a great conversation.
Right.
No, but check this out. This is what he was saying. He said, "Yeah, you know, I'm single and everything.
Yeah.
No, you know, I don't really cook for anybody. You know,
No. I was not leaving breadcrumbs. I was just trying to explain that I'm not this filthy animal that I was just saying. Now, every now and then I throw it out there to make sure ladies know I'm in these streets. You understand what I'm saying?
Tease you, man. Let us tease you, please.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Y'all caught me,
You know,
man.
all my people, they not out here. I'm by myself. Look at it.
Man, y'all exposing me, man.
No, not at all. So it's quite an interesting conversation.
Yeah, it was.
So that's why we all just kept quiet and we were just, listening.
Watch the train wreck happen.
No way. It's alcohol, right?
Y'all.
I saw no ring on her finger either. Just saying.
Yeah, she was kind of cute with that weave situation. It's not performing. Although I do gotta quit discount people for that, but I didn't particularly find her attractive.
That's fine.
She was kind of cute. She's not necessarily someone on the cheap shot.
Okay. Home alone, you don't cook for nobody.
What was the last time?
No, I tried to catch you.
That's all.
Trying to see if you gonna do something different.
I failed again.
Alright, 7 o'clock, 7:20.
7:25. That's fine. I gotta get my new. Well, I can use this card reader. This card reader.
is Faye's on your last client?
My last two.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, no, I was gonna feel bad if I left you here by yourself, but if he's your last client, then
That's up to you, man. You know, you trying to go get your roach motel. Man.
No, I know. Nah.
But I know it'd probably be smart to kind of chat with him about that situation.
All right.
I mean, yes, sir.
Alright.
No, seriously, Sean.
How you doing?
Hey, my man, you too, right?
Well, okay. Okay, I
no.
see what you're saying. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. I see what you're saying because some people just can't hold water too well, and you might feel like he's just going.
Well, no, that's not. I'm not concerned about. I'm not concerned about the anonymity of it. I'm just more or less like, because I listen. I feel like I could have dealt with it a little better myself. So it's not. It wasn't just. I think dude went ham. Like that was a little much for a fucking what I thought was a cordial disagreement about sports. I didn't realize we was gonna have to go to the park and fight about it. You know what I'm saying? So I can. However, so that said, I know that I could have also done a little better. I would rather talk to the dude that, you know, whose client it was to
First.
yeah, before, you know what I'm saying, I bring in the principal on this one, you feel me? But I mean, yeah, yeah, I mean, I just don't want nothing done about it. I don't have a problem talking to anybody about it. I just want an opportunity to talk to the barber first. But I mean, I suppose while he's here, we can go ahead and address it. But
I mean, you know, it ain't got to be like, oh, you know, no, just hey, you know, look, I had this situation, man. You know, tell how you did. Man, where's my son? He was supposed to be here.
South Tech mother, that's where I stay. Getting money from you every goddamn day. What? Okay.
I wish you would cut one of these kids, man, but man, that's one picky human being, boy. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've seen him go back with you about it not looking this way or that way. I'm just like, yeah, you can have all that, bruh. Yeah, I'm. HD, one of AC clients came in. What's today? Monday, yesterday, and Cook took him. And I mean, he was waiting. He didn't really care who was gonna cut him because AC wasn't here, and so I tried my best to time it so that I wouldn't get him.
Who?
It was just like,
HD?
yeah, one of AC clients. Cook did a great job, but he took forever. But he seemed like one of the real picky people. So I was glad he got him, and I didn't. I do not want that kind of work. What up, little brothers?
Bless you.
What up, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Living a good life, my man.
Okay,
Big paper, I'm folding. Oh, no.
bless you. What's up, man?
Man, somebody got the allergies.
Get their allergies. Come on. I know they're glad they got Andrew Bogut back.
Yeah, first day back in school. Like they back at work. I know. Bless you.
God almighty.
Anybody know?
Wake Beckfield, dear GSTS.
Anybody else?
Bless you. How are you?
Big paper, I'm folding. Hey man, when you get your payments on Booksy, how long does it take before they hit your account, your bank account?
I got instant deposit.
Oh, so you got to pay for that?
Yeah, that's a small percentage. It's not a big difference though.
But before you did it, before you did that, was it like 3 to 5 business days?
No,
or?
it was like the next 1 or 2 business days.
Because I took 2 payments this weekend, but
Yeah, you don't get it this week.
Yeah, and I mean, I manage my money well, so I'm not,
Got 3D?
I'm not concerned.
Got 3D?
I'm not concerned about
Okay.
how soon they will come. I just want to know if I got to do something or if they just will act passively, just show up after
Yeah.
a while. So I don't understand. Like, what's the point of this? What am I paying these people for?
Who?
If I Booksy, if I gotta pay, because all this stuff they're doing for me, I can do this on my own.
First off, I don't use Booksy to get money. One, I use Square.
I do too, but I'm saying like, if I'm a basically, I want to know what I'm paying them for.
You're getting the savviness of them doing all the work to go on Google and have me exposed. Google, because that's what people got me off of, Google.
Right.
And then Booksy itself is a growing entity itself, so a lot of people starting to actually get hip to it. So it's going to be one of the mainstream lines of getting looked at and searched for. Because everybody's big on apps now. It's the app world.
Right.
So,
But I'm just saying like,
well, I mean, it's different for everybody. It was great for me, man, because like I said, I ain't got to do much work. All I got to do is come here, post a couple pictures,
right.
and let Booksy do the rest.
Right.
Post a couple pictures on the Booksy page, and they do the rest. Like, when you go on Google, look for me, you'll find me.
How many pictures would you say you have on your Booksy page?
I don't have many, maybe 10. But I haven't updated that in a while. Like everything right now is kind of working on its own now because people looking more at the reviews
Yeah.
and everything else.
Yeah, man, I had a dude today that the kid with the braids. He wrote on my page, great. What'd he say? He said something like great experience, good dude, very opinionated. Will definitely be back. Like, wait a minute, man. That's not a compliment. Like that may not look good.
Did he give
He
you
gave me
5
5
stars? That's
stars.
all that matters.
No, I know what I was just reading. I was like,
He got 5
God,
stars.
like, man. And he like, we got along great, so it wasn't no bad. I was like, man, damn, that didn't help.
He can say, man, that dude's stupid. 5 stars.
Yeah,
As long as they say
yeah.
5 stars. That's all that matters. That's why I look at that, yeah. Dude crazy, 5 stars. Yeah.
Just didn't quite feel
I had a guy tell me that great, awesome service, this, that, and the other. Great conversation. He gave me all his greatest and gave me 4 stars.
Yeah.
Some people just won't give 5 stars.
Yeah.
And say it's perfect. It's pure perfect.
Right.
Don't comment on nothing. So,
Too stringent.
yeah, man.
I don't know.
Same.